Range Rover owners are some of the most confusing people on the planet. One minute they're flexing their SUV like it's the greatest thing ever built, and the next minute, they're warning you not to buy one. So what's really going on here? How can a car be so loved and so regretted at the same time? Today, we're breaking down the real truth about Range Rover ownership. Not the Instagram version, not the dealership pitch, but the reality people only talk about after they've owned one. And if you're thinking about buying a Range Rover, this video might save you a lot of money and a lot of stress. Now let's start with why people fall in love with this thing so fast. The first time you see a Range Rover in person, it just hits different. There's something about the way it sits on the road. It's not flashy like a supercar, and it's not aggressive like some SUVs. It's calm, confident, like it knows it's expensive and doesn't need to prove anything. Owners love that feeling. You don't feel like you're driving a car. You feel like you've leveled up. Pulling into a hotel, a restaurant, even a grocery store, people notice. And yeah, that feeling matters more than people admit. Then you step inside, and this is where Range Rover really gets you. The interior feels like a luxury lounge on wheels. Soft leather everywhere, clean design, big screens, ambient lighting, and a cabin so quiet it feels disconnected from the outside world. Owners always say the same thing. Once you get used to this level of comfort, it's hard to go back to anything else. And the ride? That air suspension is dangerous because it spoils you. Potholes, speed bumps, rough roads. The car just floats over everything. Long drives feel effortless. Traffic feels less annoying. It's the kind of comfort that makes you say, okay, now I get the hype. On top of that, there's power when you need it. Highway merges feel easy. Passing is smooth. And even though most owners never take it off-road, they love knowing they could. It gives this quiet confidence, like the car is capable of way more than you'll ever ask from it. This is the honeymoon phase. This is when owners say, best car I've ever had. But then, reality slowly shows up. And this is where the regret starts creeping in. It usually begins with maintenance. Nothing dramatic at first. Maybe a service visit. Maybe a warning light. But then you see the bill. And it hits you. This isn't normal car ownership. Everything about a Range Rover costs more. Oil changes, parts, labor, sensors, suspension components. None of it is cheap, and none of it is optional. You can't ignore problems and hope they go away. This car demands attention, and it demands money. And even when the car is running fine, there's something else owners start feeling: anxiety. Range Rover has a reputation, and once you own one, you're aware of it every single day. Every strange sound makes you pause. Every dashboard message makes your heart drop just a little. You start driving without music sometimes, just listening. And that's not the kind of relationship most people want with their car. Owners often say they love driving it, but they hated worrying about it. Then comes depreciation, and this part hurts the most. Range Rovers lose value fast. That luxury price tag doesn't age well. A few years down the line, owners look at resale prices and think, there's no way. The car still looks amazing, still feels premium, but the market doesn't care. A lot of owners don't regret buying the car. They regret how much money disappeared once it was time to sell. And here's the biggest truth that rarely gets said out loud. Range Rover is not a stress-free vehicle. When everything works, it's incredible. One of the best luxury experiences you can have on the road. But when something goes wrong, and eventually, something usually does, it can feel overwhelming. This isn't a car you forget about. It's a car you manage. So who is a Range Rover actually for? If you value comfort, status, and design. If you can afford maintenance without losing sleep. If you plan to enjoy it for a few years and move on. Then yeah, a Range Rover can be an amazing experience. But if you want long-term peace of mind, bulletproof reliability, and zero surprises, this might not be your car. And that's why Range Rover owners sound so conflicted. They love how it makes them feel. They regret how demanding it can be. So the question isn't whether Range Rover is good or bad. The real question is whether you are ready for what comes with it. If this video helped you see the full picture, hit that like button. Subscribe for real car ownership truth. No hype, no fanboy stuff. And let me know in the comments. Would you buy a Range Rover? Or is it a hard pass?